Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan, and welcome to another episode of Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. At itong gabi na ito ay very special dahil ang tatalakayin natin ngayon ay ang topic talaga na halos importante sa lahat ng tao. So, I will introduce my special guest. Kaibigan ko po ito at saka engineer din sa office namin, si Joshua Troy Araneta Espacio, a mechanical engineer. And we will be talking about safety in the workplace. Troy, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, glad to be of service dito.
Okay. Troy, napapansin natin na there are a lot of issues lately of buildings collapsing and it just happens, and it's a really big safety hazard because it concerns the life of many people. How important is safety in the workplace?
Safety in the workplace is very important kasi it involves yung tao, kung how he conducts himself at basically it involves his health. Yan talaga ang primary concern ng safety, kung anong pinoprotektahan niya.
Okay. And how are the safety measures dito sa ating bansa ngayon? Would you say that we are up to speed with standards, or the way you see it as projects come in and go, meron tayong nakakaligtaan?
Well, if you say safety dito sa bansa natin, it's very subjective kasi it really depends sa tao. Sa disiplina yan eh. So if, for example, an organization has strict discipline within their organization, so I mean, they would enforce safety very well. But it would still be very dependent.
Okay, on case-to-case
basis. But you see it right now as time progresses, mas pinaigting nila yung safety sa workplace. They're very much detailed nowadays on what safety really is.
And you need all of these things in place before you can even get permits, before you can actually even start a construction site.
That is correct. The government is very meticulous when it comes to safety. But then again, it really depends sa implementation pa rin.
Okay. So para bang all of the rules could be there, but syempre how the organization or the company implements it is another thing.
That is correct.
And that is where the problem actually lies.
Yes.
Tama? Okay. Can you give me and our viewers some common safety hazards, safety concerns in the workplace?
Well, for example, if you put it in a typical setting, in a typical workplace and office setting, the most common safety hazard would be slips, trips, and falls. But if you put it in construction, let's say in construction terms, the most common safety hazard would be falling debris, falling hazard, you yourself, if you're working on heights.
Yes, like if you're cleaning, if you're working on a multiple story structure.
Correct. Environmental hazards. Actually, safety is there are many categories of safety. So number one, safety as chemical form, safety in biological form, even the ergonomic, the way you posturize yourself,
your balance also, this could mean a lot.
And then actually nowadays, when you say safety, it's more of meron na silang inad na psychological safety.
Okay, let's go into that. Parang medyo bago yan para sa akin. Pagka sinasabi natin psychological safety, anong encompass nun?
For example, lagay natin sa workplace setting. When you say psychological safety, number one is very common nowadays, yung bullying sa workplace. And then safety psychologically from yourself. Kamusta ka? How do you conduct yourself? Are you okay? Let's say nowadays, very common is depression.
Right. So, kung alimbawa, depressed ka, it's a high risk for safety when you're working on an
Yes.
already high risk trabaho katulad ng construction that requires precision
Precision, presence of mind.
and discipline.
Oo,
So kung
discipline.
depressed ka, maaring mako-compromise ito.
Oo, it is a possibility kasi clouded yung mind mo, yung judgment mo, and minsan your mind is hindi nasa work.
Okay.
Your focus
Is away from your work, and that's where the problem actually starts.
Yes.
Okay, ako kasi, no, para bang, ewan ko bakit, but when I think of safety, of course, the obvious is falling, not having a harness, and trips
hat.
and stuff, the normal. But parang one of the intense safety concerns that is in my head is yung electrical malfunction.
That is true.
Diba? Because electrical malfunction, makikita natin yan na yung tao ay halos mamamatay instantly pagka nakuryente.
Tama.
Dito no, sa pagle-layout ng electrical sa isang office, sa isang building, ano ang mga dapat steps na ito to make sure that this doesn't happen? Because I've been hearing it lately that faulty electrical can actually, para bang, it can happen anytime and there's no warning.
Well, actually, number one, dapat sundin natin talaga yung proper construction and safety guidelines natin sa sa workplace,
Okay.
especially in the construction workplace. Kasi it could really help us to avoid accidents such as, yun nga, electrocution. Sa electrocution kasi, number one dyan is yung mga open wires natin.
Okay, yung walang insulation,
Yes,
di ba?
walang-
Makikita
oo.
natin yung wires natin is
Naka-expose.
wrapped in
Yes,
rubber.
exposed.
So pagka nakikita mo na yung laman loob, yung metal part, yung copper
The copper
wire,
wire.
that's already visually
That's a visual telltale sign.
red flag na yan.
Red flag na yan. Number two is, for example, mag-ground yung wires natin, especially if may wet tayo na environment.
Oo.
So it's also a possibility that you do not see the wire itself, pero doon na pala yung electricity natin hazard nakalatay sa tubig.
Okay, which is of course yung when you step on that water, it is going to conduct the electricity
Yes.
through your body.
I've already known 2 persons personally na electrocute dahil
Okay.
sa tubig.
Okay, and ano ang naging epekto nito? Sa
Well, death.
death talaga.
Yeah.
And
Very
almost
unfortunate.
instantly.
Depende rin sa sa voltage, sa current,
Okay.
pero it's very damaging to the body.
And sometimes even if you can recover, hindi na katulad ng dati. There is some sort of damage to the
Meron
nerves.
lasting damage sa ating katawan.
Okay, so talagang that is a no-no. That's something that we need to look out for all the time.
Also, very important, especially if working with electricity, is to have a body system to look
Okay.
out for you. Kasi
When you say body system, it means katuwang. Ganon.
katuwang, kasi hindi mo malalaman kung ma-electrocute ka, bigla-bigla na lang siya eh. So it pays to have someone talaga to look out for you.
Okay. So, in laying out plans to be safe, di ba, before we can even start a construction, let's go back to the basics. Ano ang mga kailangan gawin, basically?
Well, basically, dapat nakasunod tayo sa standards.
Okay.
Tapos, yung ating mga layout is hindi siya
Ano ba yun? Layout has to be followed completely.
Dapat.
Because meron mga key ledgers there kung ano ang dapat materials na gagamitin,
Oo.
di ba? At saka kung paano i-apply. Tama?
That is correct.
So we have to follow these blueprints very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Step by step all the way, dapat hindi siya natin skip. Kumbaga, kung sa kung sa instructions pa, dapat
We have to follow it
yes.
talagang completely and step by step.
Yes.
Okay, and who actually who sets these rules? Does the government, the city hall, meron ba itong mga guidelines na binibigay sa isang construction company para or architect ba ang gumagawa nito or
Well,
engineer?
meron tayong for safety we have OSHA, which is Occupational Safety Hazard Administration.
Anong pangalan niya? Sorry.
Occupational Safety and Hazards Administration.
Okay.
That
So
is
they're the ones
US-based,
to oversee.
Well, those are sila yung organization generally na nagsiset talaga ng standards.
Okay.
Mostly being followed by the companies and such. But dito naman sa Philippines, we have our own set of rules and laws that are being implemented by the government. Pero it can always vary kasi there's kumbaga may tinatawag tayong factor of safety.
Okay.
So, mas mataas yung factor of safety. Kumbaga, for example, ilagay natin sa bakal. Mas makapal yung bakal, mas mataas yung factor of safety nun.
Okay, meaning?
Meaning,
kung mahulugan ka nun or something, ganun ba yun or hindi naman?
No, when you say kasi factor of safety, ina-account mo yung kanyang tibay, for example.
Okay. So, to the standards na dapat ganito. Pero yung mga iba na gustong magtipid, they're going to compromise.
They can either, sa design kasi, may set yan na factor of safety. So, they can either cut it too close to the limit.
Okay.
If the factor, for example, the factor of safety is 7, pwede silang dumikit sa 7 or kahit mag 6.5.
Okay, pinag-uusapan natin yung standards of safety. So, kada design, the materials are specific, di ba? Meron specific thickness and size of like, let's say, yung bakal, ganon, at saka yung wood. So, kung alimbawa, magsiscrimp tayo dito, yung mga ibang tao na nagtitipid, yan ang tinatawag nilang substandard. This is also a safety concern.
It is also a safety concern because in doing so, binababa mo yung factor of safety ng specific na structure, for example. So, mas malaki yung risk na involved pag mababa yung factor of safety natin because we scrimped on materials.
So, ang nangyayari dito parang nako-compromise yung integrity ng structure.
Yes, correct, precisely.
Okay. Marami bang gumagawa nito?
Well,
siyempre, we will not name.
We will not name names, pero
ginagawa ba ito? Is this a practice?
This is a practice sa mga contractors na, for example, number 1, nagmamadali. And then, mga contractors na sabihin natin nagtitipid sa materials.
Para mas malaki ang profit.
Yes, that is correct. And may mga materials talaga na substandard in a way by purchase.
Okay.
Kunyari, hindi mo alam yung brand na yon at hindi ka sanay sa mga specific na mga materials for example, sabihin na natin sa construction, marami talagang nalilito na mga iba nating mga contractors na kumbaga, ang nagagamit nila na materials unknowingly, hindi up to standard.
Okay. So that is also a big safety concern. Kasi yung gagamit ng structure na yan after it is turned over, hindi naman nila alam kung ano ang nilagay dyan, di ba? Siyempre, ang makikita lang nila, it looks nice, it's freshly painted, di ba? So, importante din yung nasa loob.
Oo. Tas, importante din na ang pinipili natin ng mga contractors, for example, may magandang track record.
Okay. So, track record is important. Kailangan suriin mo rin yung magiging contractor mo kung ikaw ay magpapatayo ng isang building, isang opisina, isang bahay.
Pero nasa contractor pa rin yan kung magiging up to standard ba siya sa loob-loob ng contractor.
Okay.
So, it also pays na that the contractor is very honest with its client.
So, these are some of the things that we really need to make sure. Kasi sabi nga nila, yung para bang prevention is better than cure. Kaya ito ang inuna ko, inilalatag natin yung mga precautions na kailangan gawin even before we get into the actual, yung para bang cures or having to deal with safety problems. Because I think in an ideal situation, you wouldn't even want to encounter a safety concern,
that is
diba?
Correct. Ang general goal natin sa workplace is to eliminate all risks para hindi tayo magka-safety concern.
Okay. And mind you, that also goes beyond construction.
Yes,
kasi diba, a well-constructed workplace, quote-unquote, is one that pagka ginamit na yan ng mga trabahador, mga empleyado, is hindi rin sila magkakaroon ng any sort of safety concern sa mga sockets nila, may tulo man
Actually,
yan.
it is kumbaga encouraged that there be a culture sa workplace natin that would harbor safety measures.
Okay.
Kumbaga, what the management should impose sa kanilang mga sabihin nating employees is to always observe proper safety measures.
Okay.
Para hindi tayo concern sa ating
in the future. Okay. Ayan, so basically we've given a good overview of what could possibly happen and what shouldn't happen in our first body here. So sa aming pagbabalik, we will be talking about actual yung parabang safety blunders, actual cases of people, at least within our experience, at saka paano natin ito maiibsan, no? Sa pagbabalik ng Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. So don't go away. We will be back right after these messages.
Narito na ang schedule ng inyong paboritong Lotso games mula sa Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office.
Araw-araw ang draws ng 2D Lotto at 3D Lotto tuwing alas 2 ng hapon, alas 5 ng hapon at alas 9 ng gabi.
At pagsapit ng alas 9 ng gabi, sasamahan pa yan ng Big Time Games. Tuwing Lunes, magpapapremyo rin ang 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Grand Lotto 655.
Pagdating ng Martes, magdadala ng panalo ang 6D Lotto, Lotto 642, Super Lotto 649 at Ultra Lotto 658.
Tuwing Miyerkules, umaarangkada ang papremyo ng 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Grand Lotto 655.
Pagsapit ng Huwebes, tutok na sa 6D Lotto, Lotto 642 at Super Lotto 649.
Mapapanood naman tuwing Biyernes ang pagbola ng winning numbers ng 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Ultra Lotto 658.
At tuwing Sabado, abangan ang 6D Lotto, Lotto 642 at Grand Lotto 655.
Sigurado namang pasasayahin ang araw ng linggo ng exciting prizes ng Super Lotto 649 at Ultra Lotto 658.
Sali na dahil baka ikaw na ang susunod na mananalo
At maging Lotto Milyonaryo. Araw-araw, let's play Lotto! Dito lang yan sa DATV at IBC.
Nursing is not the easiest job in the world. In fact, it's emotionally draining.
Huge step in the fight against COVID-19.
I truly believe in the things that I do because of where we come from, our resilience, our dedication.
A Filipino nurse administers the first COVID-19 vaccine, and her name is May Possums.
I gave my best and my heart.
I am May. I am the Philippines.
Good day, everyone. I am William Theo, and I am inviting you to watch the PCSO lottery draws that we air 3 times a day, every single day. We not only play for fun, not only for winnings, but most importantly, for charity. So let us always remember, play smart, play safe, and most importantly, play responsibly. Nagbabalik po ang Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal, and still with our guest, Joshua Troy Espacio, mechanical engineer, and on our topic, safety in the workplace. Troy, before we went on Gap, we were talking about the general overview and what we need to do to stay safe, some of the different safety hazards and concerns. Ngayon naman, let's go into the actual workplace, lalong-lalo na pagka nasa construction tayo. Because I think construction is one of the para bang riskiest because matagal. Oo, matagal lang ito from the planning of the design to the actual turnover to checking of yung para bang waterproofing, electrical, mechanical, lahat-lahat. Para ano ito this spans months, and if the structure is big, it's even years. And anything and everything can actually happen in between those years, between start and finish. So, ano ang ibang mga common na nangyayari? Yung ang alam ko, falls, di ba? Kung hindi ka naka-harness ng mabuti, pagka ginagawa mo yung mga windows, installation of aircons.
Especially if you're working on a height, kumbaga. Actually, nire-require na mag-harness as tall as 6 feet if you're working at as tall as 6 feet.
So if you're saying 6 feet, nasa first floor ka pa lang, actually, yung para bang the highest point of the ground floor, kailangan ka nang naka-harness.
Yes, that is correct. Kasi kailangan nating paigtingin ang safety natin, especially for working on heights, because fall damage can not only, sabihin natin, break our bones, but can also damage our brain if ever na mabagok tayo.
Yes, tama. Oo. So para bang it could be any sort of damage, whether mild, whether physical, whether
any kind of trauma that would entail physical injury, dapat natin ina-avoid sa workplace, especially sa sa construction workplace natin. Kasi hindi lang naman physical factor ang pwedeng makadamage sa atin. For example, may environmental factors din. Pag ikaw ay nahulog at natamaan mo yung bakal, pwede itong mag-cause ng further injury sa ating katawan. So, by preventing ourselves, for example, from falling, na may harness tayo, pag tayo ay if we slip on something at na-lose natin yung balance natin, masasave tayo ng harness.
Yes. So we will just sort of like dangle there to the certain point. Can you tell us the components of that harness at saka paano ito how do we put this on? At sino nagko-control nito?
Well, sa ating construction workplace, meron tayong mga safety officers.
Yun. Importante yun. No? Safety officer is very important because sila ang nag-oversee. Tama?
Sila ang major na nag-oversee ng safety sa ating construction site. So, pag may mga nakikita silang lumalabag sa safety measures ng ating construction site, kino-call out nila yan. At actually, meron silang kinukuhang certification para maging matawag sila na safety officer.
Okay, so kumbaga there's also something you need to pass.
Yes, hindi siya basta-basta.
Okay, it's a qualification and requirements.
Kasi isa sila sa may mga pananagutan at responsibilidad.
Kung may mangyari.
Yes, kung may mangyari sa site natin. So, tinatanong mo kanina kung ano yung component ng harness natin. Ang harness natin, it is a compounded material na sinusuot ng ating mga workers pag sila ay they're working on a height. So, sinusuot yan sa body natin. Mostly sa center of gravity siya nakahook.
Okay.
Kasi pag tayo ay nahulog, hindi tayo magdadangle on a strain.
Okay, so dapat pagka mahulog tayo, it should be nakaupo pa rin tayo. Hindi tayo
nasa center of gravity pa rin. Kasi kung hindi, mas-strain naman, magkaka-physical injury pa rin tayo.
Right, okay. So, kailangan, kahit mahulog ka, technically, you will just fall, but you will not have any impact. That is the,
malesen pa rin natin yung physical damage sa katawan.
Okay. And, usually, nakikita ko, pagka nagpipintura or nagme-maintain ang mga trabahador sa isang malaking building, or at least more than 5-6 stories, parang meron pa silang gondola.
Yes,
tama?
may mga gondola
Yung gondola, ano ang pagkakaiba nun sa harness?
Ang gondola natin ay external structure kung tutuusin. Kasi mas ginagamit ito sa mga high-rise natin na mga buildings.
Okay.
Kasi hindi rin advisable na magdangle yung mga workers natin. Well, except for circumstances.
Kasi
na
kung malakas ang
kinakailangan.
hangin.
Yes, delikado. And gondolas are used pag kinakailangan ng medyo maraming tao to work on a specific facade ng ating structure.
Okay.
It reduces stress sa tao natin na hindi sila nakalambitin. And at the same time, it improves the factor of safety greatly as compared sa mga naka-harness.
So, gondola is safer.
Yes.
Okay, but it's used for a different thing.
Yes.
Kasi yung mga naka-harness niyan, para silang mga Spider-Man kung tutuusin Pagka makikita mo, minsan marami sila, no?
Although minsan kasi kung kinakailangan to reach areas that are quite hard, yun, minsan mapipilitan talaga yung tao na gumamit ng harness at
kasi
mag-rappel.
mas kaya niyang i-service yung mga maliliit na nooks and crannies.
Pero as much as possible sa mga height restrictive na mga gawain, ina-advise talaga natin to take the higher safety factor whenever possible.
Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon, syempre, there are a couple of things people are really scared about, no? Lalong-lalo na unahin na natin ang sunog. When we talk about fire safety, does this happen? Is this a common, if this happens in the workplace or lalong-lalo na in a construction site na hindi pa tapos, is this a very, yung para bang, how would you say, talagang, is this a big deal?
It is a big deal because, especially if you're in construction, at some point you will be working with materials that are
flammable.
Flammable,
actually,
yes. So, ang ating government nagre-require na actually ng mga fire retardant materials to be used.
Like on the body and on the site?
On the site, on the structures that you are supposed to construct. Pero sa site natin, hindi yan maiiwasan, especially if may mga safety concerns tayo. Like number one, for example, very common sa workplace, pag may mga pasaway na nagyoyosi,
okay,
hindi organized yung site. For example, may mga debris tayo dyan, at dyan pumwesto yung mga operations natin na nagre-require ng heat. For example, nag-grinding tayo. So for example, nag-grinding tayo, nag-welding, nag-give off yan ng mga heat. Those are construction operations that generate heat, kumbaga. And if may mga materials dyan sa site natin that easily catches fire, yun yung safety hazard natin.
Okay. So again, I guess we cannot emphasize it enough that safety begins with discipline.
Yes,
Nasa
safety,
tao yan.
Nasa tao talaga yan.
At saka yung teamwork na kailangan we all have to be yung moving in the same direction with the same mindset.
Because in a construction site, isa kayong team So hindi pwede na magkakanya-kanya kayo. If nakikita mo na mali ang ginagawa or unsafe ang ginagawa ng isang kasamahan mo,
hindi mo dapat i-tolerate yan.
Hindi mo dapat i-tolerate. It is better to call him out on that and magalit siya sa'yo kesa na pabayaan mo siya at kung anong mangyari sa kanya.
Okay. Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung alam naman natin dito sa Pilipinas ngayon, earthquake is one of the biggest scares.
Yes.
Especially with the West Valley Fault being ripe, and many people have been talking about the big one for years already. Ano ang pwedeng pinaka malupit na safety hazard pagkaalimbawa ang isang structure ay makaranas ng lindol? Because I feel that this is probably the worst one because dito natin malalaman kung substandard ba ang ginamit ng mga materyales, how strong is our foundations, did we do the right thing. Ito yung acid test. I mean, sana hindi talaga mangyayari, pero ito yung katotohanan
So, basically, for example, pag ang bahay ninyo ay if nakaranas ng lindol yung isang structure, maigi talaga na that we should check on how number one, how it physically looks.
Okay.
So from a distance ba, yung structure ba, may mga deformities, nakaslant ba siya or whatsoever. So, yan yung number one natin na dapat tingnan. Number two,
Yung ba yung makikita natin the integrity of the structure
yung
physically?
pinaka-obvious, no?
Okay.
Pag may malaking bitak or nakaslant na yung structure natin, obviously hindi na siya safe.
Okay.
So, number two, titingnan natin yung mga yung mga walls natin at mga columns. If ever may mga ganyan tayong structure sa bahay or sa building natin. Kung may mga damages din ba, may mga malalaking cracks or kahit yung tinatawag nilang hairline cracks, no?
Ano rin yun? Nakakatakot rin yung hairline cracks.
Yung hairline cracks kasi it can be nasa labas lang or minsan telltale sign na rin siya.
So it could look like a hairline crack outside, pero deep inside, it's more than that.
Baka.
Okay.
So it also is a good thing na, for example, for structures na institutional or structures that are harboring mga workers or structures na needs may mga maraming tao,
High activity,
high traffic. So may tinatawag tayo dyan na mga structural engineers natin na pwede mag-check.
Okay, so pwede nilang tingnan after every earthquake. And basically, while it's being constructed, kailangan meron ng check and balance doon.
Yes. From the get-go pa lang, habang kinoconstruct ang isang property or structure, dapat nakasunod na siya sa safety standards natin.
Okay.
Kasi doon natin mabibase din sa factor of safety kung gaano siya kaganda mag-withstand ng earthquake.
Okay. And Engineer Troy, meron akong tanong kasi sinasabi nila na mas matibay daw ang isang structure, isang building kung mas mas malalim yung pundasyon or mas maraming basements. Totoo ba yun?
Well, not necessarily
Okay.
Kasi ang earthquake, niyayanig niya yung lupa. So
Okay.
it generates a frequency. So, depende rin sa building natin. For example, yung mga buildings, one good example is yung mga buildings sa Japan.
Okay.
Kasi basically, ang concept nila on how they withstand earthquakes is hindi siya patibayan.
Okay.
It's not that the structure is rigid, mas matibay. Ang concept nila is pag yung structure ay makasabay sa frequency ng earthquake.
Oh, yun ang sinasabi
Oo.
nilang kasi yung mga earthquakes hindi lang up and down
Yes.
Meron side to side.
Oo.
So ito yung mga sinasabi
Oo.
nilang bearings.
Yes.
So sumasayaw lang yung structure.
Yes. May mga structures tayo na floating siya. Okay, mayroong mga springs, mayroong mga malalaking bearings. Even structures right now, yung iba, they run on magnets.
And this is not dependent on depth.
No.
Okay, so it
No.
doesn't necessarily
It doesn't
mean
necessarily.
the digger you deep, the safer you are.
Yes.
Okay. Pero dito sa ating bansa, meron na ba yan?
May mga ibang structures na rin na nag-i-implement ng ganoong technology dito, pero it's quite novel pa.
Okay, hindi pa lahat ay
Hindi pa lahat.
nag-i-implement nito. Okay. So thank you very much for sharing with us Engineer Troy yung mga iba't ibang mga factors of safety. So we will be going on a short break, and when we come back, pag-uusapan na natin kung ano ba talaga ang dapat gawin. Kung ano ang mga dapat natin malaman even before we start constructing, and in case because hindi naman lahat ng buildings that we construct, syempre pinauupahan yan. Kung halimbawa gumagamit ng space ang isang opisina, ano ang dapat nilang gawin in the event na para bang to make sure na lahat ng mga inhabitants are safe. Sa pagbabalik ng Agapay, Tatak Rosa Rosal.
Dito na sa Alauna Arangkada, ang inyong weekday habit sa DATV. Lunes, ang sabi ng bayan.
Para sa akin, yung 6.95 na minimum wage, hindi siya ngayon sasapat para sa bilihin. Yung cost of living kasi ngayon mataas eh.
All access.
Invited me to join a lot of exposures with our products as well.
At ang makabuluhang kwento ng ang maging Pilipino.
Kasi ang likas na talagang magalang ang mga Pilipino. Una-una, pag meron sila nakikita mga taong hindi nila kilala o alam nila mas mataas sa kanila, pinapakita ng paggalang.
Martes, tikman ang sarap ng ating kultura sa Tara! Food Trip!
Ako sa pagkain, di talaga masisira yan. Tara, sisig!
Sisig, bro. Yeah, let's go.
Ayan na.
Sorry, our sisig is 230 pesos. This one.
Grabe yung texture! Iba nga yung cheese!
Miyerkules, diskarte sa buhay at negosyo? Tutok na sa Negoskarte.
Pag-asenso, hindi lang po sa mga trade fairs, kundi sa mga legal matters din po.
Huwebes, kaalaman ay kapangyarihan sa Alam Mo Dapat!
At ang nangunguna doon na dahilan ng nasabing sunog ay open flame. So, ang open flame, ito po yung mga naiwang nakasinding kandila o di kaya unattended cooking equipment, open flame din yon. So, dapat talaga, kung yan ang pinag-usapan, ang kandila po ay talagang ilagay yan sa tamang lalagyanan, kahit matumba man o masagi man, o kahit malakas na hangin na tumba, ay hindi siya mapupunta doon sa madaling lumiyab.
Biyernes, himay-himayin ang mga balita sa Kongreso at Senado. Alamin ang mga bagong batas sa Hawak Mo ang Beat. Kasama ang inyong mga beat reporters na sina Gazi Sarip at Judea Bernardo.
Si Vice President Sara Duterte po ay nahaharap sa mabibigat na aligasyon na pinipilit po ng Kongreso ngayon na patunayan. Ito yung culpable violation of the Constitution, bribery, graft and corruption, at umanong other high crimes, betrayal of public trust.
Kaya tutok na sa alauna ng hapon. Impormasyon, serbisyo at saya. Dito lang yan sa DATV.
Hello, Lotto players. My name is Ashley Tuason, one of the hosts of the PCSO Lottery Draw. And our show is all about fun, excitement, and luck as you play your favorite digit games. But aside from that, our show is also giving back to the community, especially to different sectors of our community through our charitable programs. And if you are watching or if you love watching our show, this might be your lucky day because you might be the next Lotto millionaire. And you can watch us every day at 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. only at DATV. Once again, my name is Ashley Tuason, one of the hosts of the PCSO Lottery Draw.
And on to our third and final gap where we will be talking about how to prevent and how to stay safe amidst all accidents. Of course, kasama ko pa rin si Engineer Troy Espacio. So, Engineer Troy, what other advices can we give, parang hindi naman ma-jaded or hindi naman matakot ang ating mga kababayan sa, syempre, hindi natin mape-prevent itong mga disasters at calamities lalo na if they're nature caused.
Well, for our sa mga kababayan nga natin, prevention is number one. The number one.
The key. Better than cure.
Better than
cure should not even be an option actually.
If you can prevent something from happening, if you can prevent a safety hazard from happening, it's much better than magre-remedyo ka na lang.
Okay.
So, for example, sa mga calamities natin, it's better to be prepared. For example, pag may mga storm signals tayo,
we have to prepare
to prepare for that. May mga first aid kits tayo sa bahay. may mga supplies tayo for water,
in case mawawala ng tubig, kuryente,
pagkain,
ganun.
oo. Flashlight, very important, no? Especially if may mga rescue operations tayo. Ito yung magiging signal din, for example, for in terms na may matrap tayo or ma-isolate tayo.
Ito yung mga go bag kung tinatawag
yun,
nila.
Mga go bags. Very, very essential din yan. And recommended din na magkaroon yung mga families natin.
Oo. At saka siguro lalong-lalo na sa building, no, importante rin also in offices, kailangan na meron din isang tao na marunong, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi sa totoo lang para sa akin, no, yun, duck, cover, and hold. Maraming beses na tayo nag-earthquake drills and I know yun naman ang tamang gawin. Kaya lang isipin natin, no, syempre, hindi naman tayo dapat maging hipokrito, pero to be honest, pagka ikaw ay nataranta na, when you're in a state of panic, minsan hindi mo na kasi maiisip yung kailangan mong gawin.
Pag nagpanik ka na kasi, your mind gets clouded and your judgment is also hampered.
Yes, it's very hard to stay calm when when you're in the midst of an adversity. Kaya is there also a couple of things like, for example, sa workplace, like dito sa office, meron bang materyales like curtains, carpets, yung other new materials that can be fireproof or materials on the ceiling na pagka mahulog sa'yo ay hindi kasi kung konkreto yan, di ba talagang babagsakan ka, wala.
Well,
meron bang bago ngayon na mga substitute for that? Curiously?
May mga bago tayong technology that utilizes lightweight materials.
Yun.
Yun. Sa ating mga construction mga
lalo na
projects,
sa interiors, no?
Sa interiors. Pero ang number one pa rin talaga na for safety, for example, sa mga kunyari nagkalindol or nagkasunog, is yung pag-practice natin on how to properly escape those things.
Okay.
Kaya ini-implement yung mga yearly natin. Actually, mas maganda if companies or workplaces implement it on a quarterly basis, yung mga safety drills natin.
Because it's the teamwork that will actually save us, di ba?
Kasi kung sasabihin natin na pag nasanay ka na, pag medyo alam na ng mind mo at ng katawan mo kung saan kayo mag-e-exit or mag-e-egress, mas lalong hindi tayo magpapanik. So, when it comes naman sa mga technology na mga, for example, that could prevent safety hazards, marami naman. Pero
secondary na lang yan. Hindi mo pwede siyang asahan. Like, because ito, ang linagay mo, hindi mo pwedeng isipin that these materials are gonna save you.
Yes,
they are just an added layer, di ba?
Added layer of additional protection.
And konting peace of mind. But at the end of the day, it's not what's gonna save you. You will have to save yourself.
And your yung mga kasamahan mo.
Kaya also, no, I think especially for people who are looking for places to live or places to stay, kung building man or bahay, they should do their own homework.
Yes,
Importante
that is correct.
ang developer, ang integrity ng developer, at saka yung
location ng property itself.
Location ng property. Kailangan
if malapit ba siya sa body of water, if fault line, nasa fault line ba siya, well, if you really have to dig deeper into the details kung ano ba yung lupa na kinatatayuan niya, is it soft, is it nasa clay ba or volcanic ba yung
This is also important.
This is also very important when it comes to choosing a site, no?
And of course, nobody is really going to tell you. So, it's your own para bang obligation to do your homework kasi ikaw ang maglalabas ng pera, di ba?
Hindi mo rin pwedeng asahan yung ibang tao.
Tama.
If ikaw ang titira diyan, pwede kang mag-hire, pero at the very least dapat alam mo kung saan mo itatayo.
At saka parang doktor din yan kailangan mo ng second opinion also. Kung halimbawa hindi ka sold dun sa first opinion, then you owe it to yourself.
It pays to
be safe, di ba? Tapos ayun, dahil tag-ulan ngayon, sa ating mga bahay, ito naman advice galing sa akin, no, na dapat malinis yung mga gutters natin, dapat may pansala yan, no, because itong mga
drains din natin.
mga drains natin, ito yung nagkukos ng pagbulwak ng tubig At saka bukod dun sa ulan na malakas, kung halimbawa maganda yung drains natin, ay ma-accommodate niya lahat yung ulan na yon.
Tapos mape-prevent natin yung mga leaks sa loob ng bahay at mape-prevent din natin yung mga damage.
Okay, so again, charity begins at home, and although we rely on the government for the general things that we cannot do, di ba, like yung the big drainage na sila na ang gumagawa sa atin, yes, yung mga sa atin naman na kaya natin, like proper solid waste management, this goes a long way.
This goes a long way. Kasi it's the little things that counts.
Yes,
especially sa mga scenarios na ganito Pag kaya nating hindi siguro tapon ng basura kahit saan.
Tama. Lalong-lalo na yung proper disposal of plastics because as we know, plastics is not biodegradable. So
and actually, yung mga ganyan, it also encompasses safety. It pasok siya sa biological hazards.
Tama. Oo.
So for example, if sabihin na natin in very crude terms, no, if dugyot tayo at if may mga peste dyan or insekto, sabihin natin mga daga na nakakalat sa paligid natin.
Itong daga is also a safety hazard. Remember,
leptospirosis is
leptospirosis and rabies is not curable. If it doesn't hit you within a few months.
Very slim ang chance ng survival pa rin natin sa rabies.
And the Philippines is not a rabies-free country. So that's also a safety hazard, probably one of the worst.
Actually, there are many safety hazards talaga all around us. As I've said earlier, it can be chemical, biological, environmental. So, there are many dangers that surround us. So, it's always good to have a good presence of mind talaga.
And knowledge. And also be mindful. Kailangan maging considerate tayo sa mga ating mga kasama sa workplace kasi kasama yan Para silang pamilya natin from 9 to 5 kasama natin sila. So, yung discipline, yung respect, kailangan na nandun lagi.
Nandun lagi. At well implemented. As much as we can.
Tapos yung mga natin, like for example, when we're also doing pest control, di ba? That's also important. Maybe we can look on.
Kasi for example, nag-eliminate nga tayo ng mga peste sa paligid natin, pero unknowingly, yung chemicals,
tama.
It can also be a hazard to us.
Our health, our lungs. So there's
even our pets.
There's a lot of water-based stuff ngayon. So parang do your homework. Same with pintura, tama?
Yes. Yung may mga variants na tayo ngayon na mga odorless and then mga environment friendly na mga pintura. So it's also nice to look into these things, no?
Actually, no, ito mag-giveaway na naman ako ng age ko, pero nung panahon ko, no, ang uso is asbestos Marami sa mga building materials. And that was a common standard. And it was only years after na nalaman natin na asbestos is actually bad for our health.
Very damaging to the lungs.
Pero again, kung luma na ang building mo, 30 or 40 years old, to change all of that is going to cost a lot of money.
So some property management groups also weigh in out.
Yes, kung
but if the building is quite old but it has these safety hazards, so yung iba nagre-retrofit.
Okay, and pwedeng gawin yon, engineer. So kung alimbawa meron mga toxic materials dyan, kaya natin i-retrofit without having to touch the structure or ibagsak yung building.
Kung gusto nating i-save ang building, if it is a cultural or a heritage kind of building, may mga steps tayo na pwedeng i-undertake para mas mapaigting yung safety niyan at maging up to standard siya. sa mga
without having to touch the structure. And ako nga personally, mas gusto ko ito kasi yung mga old structures na yan, lalo na kung maganda pa ang integrity, no, andyan yung mga alaala, andyan yung lahat, no. So para bang yung substance ng mga nakatira doon, naaalala nila, unlike if you break it completely, it erases all of the memories.
Tama.
Of the person, so, and the families, no. So at this point, Engineer Troy, would you like to give any final messages, no, to our viewers, so para bang that they can stay safe, work together, create a discipline in the workplace para isang magandang sistema ito all throughout?
Well, ang siguro ang ma-advise ko lang, no, sa ating mga viewers is that when it comes to safety, hindi lang yung kapakanan natin yung isipin din natin yung kapakanan ng mga nasa paligid natin. Kasi tayong mga tao, we need to, kumbaga, we need to look out for ourselves and to others as well. Kasi hindi tayo, I mean,
no man is an island.
So, yun. Siguro, I guess that's the advice that I could give.
And do your homework, check the manuals. If you're going to start to build, then make sure that you're with the standards, safety standards.
Hindi pwede magpatayo ka lang ng bahay, ay, wala akong alam dyan. That's a big no-no.
Yes. Kailangan do your homework.
Do your homework.
Okay. And also remember that safety, yun nga, is not only for us, but for everyone else around us. And we have to make our communities a better place to be living in. Okay, so that concludes another episode of Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal. I hope everybody learned a lot because this is very important. Safety natin ito, hindi lang para sa atin sarili, sa ating kalusugan medically, but this is a different kind of safety. Safety in our environment, safety in our homes, and safety in our workplace. So until next week, ako po si William Theo sa ngalan ni Rosa Rosal, nagpapaalam na po. See you again next week on another episode of Agapay Tatak Rosa Rosal.